So farmers have since time immemorial used indigenous seeds to grow food. The saving of farm seeds is widely practiced in Kenya for most crops, and it provides around 95% of the propagating material of some crops. So today it's a pity that we have laws such as the Seed and Plant Varieties Act, Cap 326, in existence, and this law requires that the registration and certification of seeds, thus taking away indigenous characteristics from these seeds. It is important to note that in Kenya today, small-scale farmers rely on exchange of seeds with their neighbors to secure their food supply. And this is largely characterized by the lack of seed testing, certification, and formal registration or quality control. And many farmers again in Kenya have over the years seen the need to save some seeds and share these seeds with their neighbors to grow during the subsequent cropping season. So this law, the Seed and Plant Varieties Act, Cap 326, requires the registration of seed merchants and the certification of seeds in Kenya, whereby the registered seed merchants, mostly of them are corporates or big seed ag companies, manage the production, processing, and packaging, as well as distribution of seeds, making it a crime to plant and exchange uncertified seeds, which are the core of indigenous knowledge by farmers who've used these indigenous seeds since time immemorial. It's also important to note that the cost of registration is very high, and I'll give you the statistics here. The application fees is 75,000 if you have to be registered as a seed merchant, and then you have to pay annually 10,000 Kenya shillings, and this is per the Seed and Plant Regulations of 2016. So it's very evident that this law targets commercial farming entities and leaves out smallholder farmers. So if farmers do not have their seeds certified or registered, or if they are found selling uncertified and unregistered seeds, they commit an offense, as per Section 10, Part 4 of the Seed and Plant Varieties Act, which upon conviction, these farmers are liable to a fine not exceeding 1 million Kenya shillings or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 2 years or both. So the Seed and Plant Varieties Act therefore contravenes the rights and provisions of the Constitution by unreasonably restricting the farmers' rights. There's a need to amend the Seed and Plant Varieties Act, and we believe that in doing so, the amendment should take into account rational farmers' rights to share, sell, and exchange seeds through robust public participation. Furthermore, if the Seed and the Plant Varieties Act is amended by declaring the provisions that unreasonably restrict the farmer's right under the 2010 Kenya Constitution, it will also be a fulfillment of Kenya's obligation to ensure the realization of the right to food, which is enshrined in Article 43 of the Kenyan Constitution. Furthermore, we have Article 11 of the Kenyan Constitution that requires the Kenyan Parliament to enact laws that protect and recognize Kenya's intellectual property rights over the indigenous knowledge of the biodiversity and the genetic resources of Kenyan communities, which it is important to note that indigenous seeds fall under the genetic resources and biodiversity of Kenyan communities. So it is for this reason that these smallholder farmers that you see in front of you today have come together and filed a court case in the Machakos Law Court to appeal to the new government to protect their rights and traditional knowledge as smallholder farmers who feed our country today by producing 80% of the food consumed in Kenya.
Wakulima wadogo hatujafurahi, tumekuja tukiwa tumekasirika sana kupeleka serikali yetu kotini. Sasa kuona hiyo sheria naona ni mbaya sana, na hiyo nashindwa. Kama serikali inataka kukutusaidia, kwa nini haikuja? Ustahili kuniangalia hivi ujue shinda zangu, unastahili kuja kuniuliza unataka nikusaidie aje. Kwa hivyo tuna doubt wale wakulima walikonsultiwa ndio wakakubali sheria itengenezwe ati mkulima hawezi panda mbegu zake na aende akauze ama abadilishe. Tunashindwa ni wakulima gani hao walikuwa kwa hiyo participation, na ndio sababu tumeenda koti. Ndio hao watu walisema hivyo, wajue hakuna mtu anastahili kumiliki mbegu zikuwe zake.
So serikali tunauliza na tunaomba, ni ombi letu kama wakulima, watutetee na watuondolee hii sheria ya mbegu. Ndiposa tuweze kuendeleza watu wetu mbele, watoto wasome, sababu huwa tunasomesha watoto wetu na hii mahindi, maragwe, mbaazi na miogo pia. Sababu tukingoja serikali watuletee mbegu, wanaleta kama mvua ishaisha. Tukipanda asimei, wanatuletea vitu vyote vyao kama zimechelewa. So hatutawangoja. Na sababu babu zetu wa zamani walitufunza kuziwekelea mahali tuna moto hiko, kuweka kwa mitungi, kuweka kwa ngads, wametufunza. Na tukakutana na wenzetu hapa ndio wametufunza vile tunaweza kuweka mahindi zetu, yani mbegu zetu. So tunaomba serikali yetu ituondolee hii sheria, ndiposa tuweze kupenya, ndio Kenya iendelee, watoto wasome.